What is social identity theory? In simple terms, social identity theory is a concept that helps explain how our group memberships shape the way we see ourselves and others. Social identity theory explains that people define themselves based on social groups they belong to, like their race, gender, religion, school, etc. According to this theory, our personal identity isn't just about being an individual, it's also tied to our social identity. When we belong to a group, we often feel pride, loyalty, and connection to others who share that identity. But at the same time, this can also lead to favoritism towards our own group, and sometimes unfair treatment of others. And to understand how this happens, the theory breaks it down into three main components: categorization, social identification, and social comparison. First is categorization. People naturally categorize themselves and others into groups to make sense of the social world. For example, we might think it in terms of like categories like students, teachers, athletes, or artists. And when we categorize them, we start to form a mental distinction between us, our own in group, and them, the out group. And this helps simplify things, but it also can lead to stereotypes or assumptions about other groups. Next is social identification. Once we categorize ourselves as part of a group, we begin to adopt that group's identity. We start aligning our attitudes, values, and behaviors with the group's norms. For example, if someone identifies strongly as an environmental activist, they might start recycling more, attending climate marches, and feeling connected to others who care about the planet. And being part of the group contributes to the self concept and boosts their sense of belonging. And finally, there is social comparison. This is when we compare our group to other groups. We often see our own group, the in group, as better or more favorable than the out group. Why? Because it helps maintain our boost or our self esteem. And this process can lead to in group favoritism, treating our own group more positively, and sometimes discrimination toward out groups. For example, sports fans might believe their team is the best and look down on rival fans, even if it's just for fun. But in other cases, these comparisons can lead to serious prejudice or inequality. So basically, social identity theory shows us how belonging to groups shapes us as who we are, and through categorization, social identification, and social comparison, we build our sense of self. But these same processes can also create bias and division between groups. And understanding this theory helps us recognize why people form strong group loyalties and how we can work toward greater empathy and fairness across different social identities. So, by being aware of how our group identity influences us, we can become more understanding, inclusive, and aware of our shared humanity.